Hi, Mr. Morris. My name is Derwin from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. I'm looking to tap into the equity in my rental property to purchase another one, and I wanted to get your opinion on whether to do a cash out refinance or a HELOC. I'm leaning more towards the cash out refinance option since HELOCs usually carry a variable interest rate. But I just wanted to get your opinion on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Derwin. I'm glad. Congratulations on being a rental investor. And you're thinking, I love that you're thinking in terms of how to leverage that property now to pull out some more equity and to acquire additional rental properties. That's great that you're thinking that way. I will tell you this, I don't prefer personally. I can't give you advice. Okay. I'm not a financial advisor. So it's, your mileage may vary. And depending on what the bank tells you right now, you may want to go with that. But for me, I'm not a fan of the cash out refinance. I know investors that like it. I've just not done it. And the reason that I prefer a home equity line of credit is that interest rates, while they may go up a little bit, I mean, we're not seeing massive interest rate hikes coming anytime soon on the real estate side. And from a home equity line of perspective, I mean, you could lock in a 5 or 10 year home equity line of credit, HELOC rate for 10 years. And it becomes like a revolving line that you can use over and over and over again. So let's say you get $100,000. I don't know what it would be in Canada, what your number would be that they would give you. But a home equity line of credit, they're going to give you, they'll start with a zero balance. They basically give you a debit card, they give you a checkbook, and now you've got access to $100,000 that you can write checks, if you want to be like in Dumb and Dumber when they're just buying cars, like IOUs. That's one thing. People do stupid stuff with their home equity lines of credit, right? But you could also take that and you could make, $45,000 down payment on a new rental property. Okay. Now you haven't used your full HELOC yet. You've only used like a portion of it or whatever. Let's say you had 100. Now you use like 45. Okay. And then you use the rent from that property to pay that down back down to zero again. So now you've used the leverage of your rental property to buy an additional rental property, and then you can rinse and repeat. With a cash out refinance, they're going to give you one check, and then you're immediately in the hole for that amount. So they're going to cut you a check for your equity, $100,000. Boom, here's a $100,000 check, Derwin, and the clock starts ticking right now. So now you've got $100,000 in immediate debt. And then what? You've got to start paying on that. So I'm just not a big fan of the cash out refinance. Again, that's my personal preference. There's a lot of upside to it, I know. I have investor friends that have used that to their advantage after they've found a crappy property, renovated it, and then done a cash out refinance and then bought additional crappy properties to renovate, place tenants, and that's how they built their empire. So yes, it can be done. But I like the home equity line of credit because it's revolving and you can use it over and over and over again. That's my personal preference. So I hope you find that helpful. Derwin, again, I'm not a financial advisor, so you'll have to make that your own decision on that. But I'm curious to hear the follow-up on that and what you're able to acquire once you take that next step. So give us a follow-up phone call if you would. Thanks to all of you for listening. You can leave us a voicemail question by going to morrisinvest.com/Clayton. to drop us a question about real estate or financing, anything that's on your mind, and we will answer it here on the show. Now go out there, everyone, take action, become a real estate investor. I believe it's the number one way to build wealth. We'll see you next time, everyone.